Alright, welcome back to another episode. Looks like we're in a murder house of sorts, but we're not. We actually, Phil the Great Pinball picked up 18 new arcade machines. So we're actually at our storage unit that we have just to kind of hold these games until we go through them. So we're not going to go through all of the games tonight. I kind of wanted to show you what we did pick up, some of the cool stuff, some of the more notable stuff that we're actually going to keep at Flippin' Great, and talk about some of the other things that we're probably going to either sell or use parts from or try to salvage or convert into other things. The power's kind of dimmed a little bit there.
All right.
Drew was actually here helping today. Appreciate it, Drew.
What up, guys?
And then we'll go ahead and kind of start taking a look at these games individually and testing some stuff to see what we can move over to Flippin' Great. So let's start checking them out. All right, so you can see here it's a rainy night in Tallahassee, but our first one is a success. This is a dedicated Killer Instinct one. I know the lighting's really terrible. I apologize for that, guys. But we have literally one little light bulb up there kind of running the show here tonight. But this is a dedicated Killer Instinct. My friend actually used to own this game a long time ago, probably like 10 years ago or more. Actually, no, it was 99 he owned it, because he owned it when Marvel 2 first came out. And they built like a sync thing to plug a Dreamcast into it and a PlayStation and stuff.
Oh, and it was MB that did that?
Yeah. So my friend MB did it, but this is actually his cab, but we picked it up. We're going to put it up at FGP. It runs. The JAMA harness is kind of hacked really bad, so I don't know how well this is going to pick up on the camera. But everything down here is kind of hacked really bad. It didn't boot up the first time. I had to kind of fix some stuff, so I'll need to go in and kind of repair all the JAMA harness and kind of zip tie it down and make it work properly. But game's up and running. Seems to be running pretty okay. The monitor's decent on it. Needs to be adjusted a little bit. It's a 25-inch Hunter X Polo.
Look at that normal. Let's go.
But game's playing good, and this will be hopefully a pretty straightforward one to kind of get repaired and up to the arcade. And try to plan on bringing it up there tomorrow. So the next one that we're looking at is over here. Yes, I know you see some of the other games, but I'll give you a little hint. I'm sure you guys will know what that one is by that little piece right there. But we're going to pull this one out and plug it in and see what it does. Alright, so we're on Cab 2, which is the Marvel 2 and a Mortal Kombat 2. Not as lucky. The game's up and running. I'm sure you can see it. Drew, if you want to kind of show the monitor there. Kind of explain what's going on. So the game boots up, so that's good. The Naomi's working properly. Sound, everything's good. Power is good. But the remote board here, you can see, kind of got crunched a little bit. So some of these pots are broken here. So some of these adjustments aren't working. So I can't really tune the monitor. It's good to know that the board and everything's running properly, but I've got one of these. This is off of a Wells Gardner, I believe. I've got one of these at my shop, so I'll bring that up here tomorrow and replace it and kind of pop it in, and hopefully we can adjust this monitor. But it's good to know that the game's actually running. It's a little messed up looking, but we see
Let's still jack you up in it.
We see Ryu kind of running and doing his thing, but we got really bad flicker, and you can see that big roll there. But a lot of it, I think, will be adjusted out once we have this little remote board swapped out.
That's okay. The roll just adds a new element to footsies.
Sure. So yeah, not too bad. It's up and running. The monitor will be better, hopefully. But I think we're pretty much stuck here as far as what we can test tonight, just because it's kind of in here. What I'll do is go ahead and shut this guy off. Actually, not even take a picture, but let's put this here for a sec. Let me see the camera real quick. I'm going to pass this off. I'll kind of show you some of the other stuff we picked up. Sorry for the shaky cam. I showed you the Killer Instinct, but over here is a 4-player Ninja Turtles. So we got lucky. It actually has a Turtles in Time board in it. So that needs a new chassis and monitor in that one. This is really cool. This is a game called Pirate Ship by Konami. It has a sweet little pirate wheel on it. And it's kind of hard to see, but there's actual real treasure in the control panel that we're going to go through and clean up. This is a Radical Bikers Midway game. Next to it is an Area 51, Site 4. This is a Sega Strike Fighter. It's gigantic. It's in like a Crazy Taxi / Initial D cabinet. Next to the Radical Bikers, we have a Neo Geo 2 slot. Next to that is a Dragon Saber. I kind of forgot some of the other stuff that we got back there. I think we have an Aero Fighters.
Don't forget about Virtua Fighter.
Yeah, that gigantic beast in the back corner is a Virtua Fighter. Next to that, I believe, is a Primal Rage in a Millipede cabinet. Over here is a Die Hard in a Dynamo cabinet. Next to that is a Beachhead
which I'm personally interested in.
Actually, no, that wasn't the Primal Rage you're looking for. I forget what it was. It might be Johnny Nero Action Hero or something. And then the big guys is right here, these two. These is a twin virtual lawn setup. We're going to try to get these up and running. They're gigantic, but we really want to get them up and running. They look complete. It's got the mirror part in the middle. But yeah, so this is pretty much the bulk of our haul. And we also had a really nice Play Choice 10 that I brought up to Flippin' Great Pinball already. We got lucky, came with 12 really, really good games. Games like Mega Man 3, Castlevania, what the hell, Mario Brothers.
Russian Attack, Mario.
Mario 3.
Mario Brothers.
Yeah, Mario Brothers. It had a lot of really good stuff on it.
Skyhawk.
Captain Skyhawk, yeah. So that's pretty much going to do it for this little mini episode. I apologize that it's so short, but we've been busy. We can't really work on anything else because of the rain. But as you can see, we're going to have our hands full with a lot of these.
We'll be back tomorrow?
Yeah, we're going to try to come up tomorrow morning and do a little bit more work on them to see if we can, hopefully it's not raining tomorrow, we can actually move them out. So Killer Instinct's pretty much ready to go. If I have that replacement board for Marvel 2, we'll put that on there as well. But that's probably going to do it for tonight. So either the episode's over or we'll have more. I'm not quite sure yet, but we'll catch you guys shortly either way. Alright, so we're picking this up a couple of weeks after the last little bit of footage I showed you in the storage unit with all the new games. But got a couple of the games up and running. We're still working on some of them. Next up is going to be Ninja Turtles with Turtles in Time in it. But I did want to kind of take a second and show you the two games that I have got cleaned up and actually working. So we'll go ahead and flip this little guy around here. You can see here we got Killer Instinct. So I went ahead and cleaned this guy up. And that glare is really bad, but getting ready to close the shop out. It's a 25-inch monitor on it. Dedicated Killer Instinct. They put some cool stickers on here, I guess. Palpatine Hunger Force, Dr. Evil, and the American flag. Not stock, but everything else is original here. But original hard drive still going. Buttons and sticks are all cleaned up, working good. But fun game. Monitor is pretty good. It's a little hazy, but not bad. It doesn't need caps or anything. I think it's just, you know, the way it is. But we got that, and then also over here, still got Cuphead and Galaga, the classics. But we got this little guy, Play Choice 10, dual monitor. Super nice and clean. Needs some new T-molding, and it's got a couple little dings on it, but it's super nice. And it came with 12 games. Kind of come over here and show you the. Oh, I gotta hit reset. I'm still learning how to use this thing. So reset brings us up here to our game list, and right now we got Mario 1, Goonies, Captain Skyhawk, 1942, Russian Attack, which is 1 and 2 player, Mega Man 3, Castlevania, Gradius, Mario 3, and Tyson's Punch-Out. So it's pretty cool. What do we do here? It's pretty cool. Go here and hit reset, go back to the menu. So yeah, we're getting ready to shut down now. I'm gonna flip this over again, but just want to keep you guys up to date. I know it's been super long since we put stuff up, but again, as always, life gets in the way. We've been doing a million different things. But next up again will be a Ninja Turtles. We'll probably film some of that tomorrow, doing some repair. We got to swap a monitor on it. Got to put a whole brand new JAMA harness in it, and the 3 and 4 player connectors are all cut up, so we'll film all that. And then once that's up and running, we're gonna bring that up to FGP. And we're gonna have to tuck this beast here, the Mario Kart. We're gonna have to tuck over here next to Space Shuttle Pinball, and we're gonna move Killer Instinct over here, the other arcade games and all that stuff. But as always, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate the follows and the subs and all that junk. But I'll see you guys next time. We're working on Ninja Turtles. Heading to the shop now to do some work. Or as I start talking, the shade comes from the trees. But we're going up to work on the Ninja Turtles. So we're going to put a new monitor in. We're going to check all the wiring, fix any hacks that we see, things like that. But Rob's coming up to help me swap that 25-inch monitor just because I don't want to blow my back out again. So we'll pick this up here in a minute or two. We're looking at the cab. Alright, so we are at the shop. I got the fans going, so it might be a little bit loud, but here is the Ninja Turtles. So it's a dedicated original TMNT. Side art's a little beat up, but it's not bad. Most of them are kind of painted black like the one I have back there. But overall, not too bad. It was operated not too long ago, a couple years ago. Some pretty bad stuff though was, April's face is pretty rough there. A little Van Gogh April. But other than that, it's not bad. This monitor is completely trash. It has a broken neck, which I'll turn this around here in a second. I'll show you that. So we're going to pull this monitor out, replace it. I got to go through all the control panel, make sure that everything's wired up, kind of fix this up a little bit. But that's the point of today, is we're going to pull the monitor, put the new one in, check all the wiring, power supply, all that stuff, and put the board back in, and hopefully we'll have a working 4-player Ninja Turtles by the end of the day. So I'll go ahead and flip it around and show you guys the inside of the cab. Alright, so we're at the back of the cab. Before we go in, I did want to show you guys this, which is pretty crazy. I've never seen this before, but you can notice here, there's a little hole in the back of this back door. Because the monitor is neck, I'm believing that the flyback was arcing for so long that it actually burnt a full hole through this door. And this is 3/4 inch plywood, so it's pretty nuts here that it burned out. And that's right where the neck, round about where the chassis and the neck sit is right here. So we'll go ahead and pull this back door off. I'm trying to do this one-handed. It's a heavy, heavy door. Sit that over there. So here is the Ninja Turtles. Actually gonna shut these fans off real quick. Just to lower the noise, but here is the monitor, the 25-inch. It's a K7000. You can see it's kind of a rat's nest. We're gonna vacuum this out, zip tie everything, clean it all up. But here is the main issue with the game. You can kind of see it. I don't know if it'll pick it up, but that's a nice crack right there on the neck. So a lot of bad that is. So we're gonna go ahead and discharge this beast. We're gonna pull this out. You can see here there's kind of stuff just hanging. Pull this monitor out. We've got a replacement over there behind the pinballs that we're gonna pop in here. It's another K7000, which should just be plug and play. It's got the ISO and everything in there with the same connectors and everything, so should be pretty straightforward. So I'm gonna go ahead and start taking the front apart and getting this monitor ready to pull. Rob's actually coming up here to help me out. So the next time we pick this up, we should be pulling parts out. Alright, so Rob's here giving April a makeover. We got the monitor out here. It's a wood base, which kind of sucks, because the monitor that I have doesn't have that. But this is the old dead monitor. We have the chassis disconnected. We survived discharging the tube here. If I'm pulling the tube out, we're going to try to swap the good tube onto this one and the chassis and all that fun stuff. So we'll pick this back up once we have it swapped over. Alright, so we have the new tube in. New monitor is in. We did have to frame swap it, so we put this on the old K7000 frame with the wooden base and everything, but it was no big deal. It fit on there. We did run into an issue where this is actually a K7401, so it doesn't need an ISO, so it's got this weird little like 3-pin power thing, so we're gonna have to get a power cord for that. But everything else fit in. The cabin is overall in really good shape. We gotta fix this little spray painted guy here. I don't think that's original. Re-spray paint it. But the plexi is gonna clean up good. We're gonna pull it off and buff all this stuff out and probably put these in the drill press and get the rust off those, make it super nice. But really nice tube on it. There's like barely anything on it. I don't think there's any burn on it, so.
See a little bit of insert coin right here.
Oh, is there?
Just
oh yeah, yes, yeah. It's kind of hard to pick up on the camera. But it's there a little
you're
bit.
not gonna see it when it comes off.
Yeah, but no, the cleaned up pretty good. Rob cleaned the marquee glass on it. It's super nice compared to the Repro one back there. But I guess later this week I gotta go buy some bolts tomorrow to bolt the control panel down and get a power cord for it. But once that's done, we should be able to power test it and kind of check and see what it's doing. But it's gonna do it for this episode. We'll pick it up when it's running. Okay, I lied. This is going to be the actual end of the video. This is my bootleg Galaxian cocktail I picked up a while ago for a song and a dance up in Georgia.
We can't even hold the button down.
I know, you got to mash
press it.
It's really weird. It's the Japanese one.
Well, I think Galaxian didn't have any rapid fire. That comes from Gallagher.
Yeah.
All right, Galaga or Galago?
Galaga.
Okay, good.
That drives me crazy.
Sometimes I feel like I'm alone in the world. But
no, it's Galaga. 100% Galaga. Alright, this is the real end of the video. Catch you guys next time. Thanks for watching.